Thank you. I'll let you start, babe.
Okay, I'll start.
Thank you, Matt and Jen. We're excited to get to share over the next few minutes.
So I keep saying that I'm 48 years old, but I'm not turning 48 until September 7th. So I'm 48. We have together 6 children. We always have to say together. And Ellen could show a picture right there. So we have 5 girls, 1 boy, and we added a sweet son-in-law. That's our family right there. And so anyways, my health, it started like declining in my 20s, and I was extremely tired to the point I could hardly get out of bed. Had 3 small children at the time. It was a frustrating time for me because, you know, I was a college athlete. I played college volleyball. I'm like, this, you know, shouldn't happen to me. You know, I just didn't have the energy levels that I should have. Then I started getting pain in both my legs, and this went on for a couple of years. And finally, Alan's like, you know, you need to go see a doctor. And so I did at age 27, and he diagnosed me with chronic fatigue syndrome and fibromyalgia, and told me to get on a good supplement and protein shake, which
whatever that meant.
Yeah, whatever that meant, which is surprising back then, because usually, you know, doctors will say it, some will now, but back then, oh no. So that was very rare. And this happened in Southern California. And so I did. I walk into a Whole Foods market, you know, I grab what I think is, you know, looks good and it's labeled natural. But I felt so confused at the time. I felt overwhelmed. It's like, who can I trust, right? And then I started getting other health issues because that didn't help me. And I got depression really bad where I was suicidal. I got insomnia, could not sleep whatsoever. I got IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, that sent me to the emergency room a few times. I mean, I would literally be in fetal position in the middle of the night in so much pain, and I would drive myself to the hospital just to numb that pain. And the doctor scared me, ran tests, and thought, oh, you have stomach cancer. It was just, you know, trying time. You know, I'd been to a holistic doctor, and they put me on their regimen, and nothing, you know, it seemed like nothing helped me. And so then I resorted to 3 different prescription medication and took that for a while, did not like the side effects. So I quit that, the side effects of that. And then this company came into my life 2 weeks later, NeoLife did, and got started on the product within weeks. You know, I did notice my energy levels were up. I'm like, okay, this is something different. And I was impressed with the science behind the products that you'll learn about tonight. And then in 3 months, the chronic fatigue was gone. In 6 months, all of my other symptoms were gone. And my husband could attest to this. I'm a whole different person, new person today. I have more energy at age almost 48 than I did in my 20s. And it's just, it's incredible. You know, I sleep better. I have tons of energy. I don't suffer from any of those. So anyways, I am so excited for all of you to learn about this information that we tell people. We wish, you know, that we learned it years ago. So I'm going to let this guy take it over, Alan. Thanks
Awesome.
for letting
Thank
me
you.
share.
And I'll just add, after seeing what, I don't know if I want to say what these products did, what I really want to say is what her body did 20 years ago when given these products that obviously had been lacking in her diet, or the nutrients had been lacking in her diet for many, many years, probably for her whole life, our whole lives. You know, we've been a believer in taking these products every day now for 20 years, even though we were not building a business. Wish we would have started our business 20 years ago, but we didn't. We've just been happy fans and raving fans and users of the products for 15 years daily before we started our business 5 years ago. And we've seen so many stories that just would, you know, maybe it wouldn't blow your mind, but it blows our mind. And we never gets old hearing the stories of people's lives being improved because of good nutrition. So what I want to do, I'll share my screen again. And over the next few minutes, we'll start off talking about diet and kind of the effects of our diet. And then we'll get into the 2 core products and the science behind them, as Nicole talked about. NeoLife has probably close to 100 products. I've never counted, but we're only going to talk about 2 tonight for sake of time. And they're the 2 that are the most important for everybody to know about and to take. Regardless of whether you're an athlete or a couch potato, whether you're elderly or a child or male or female, it does not matter. These are the 2. This is the foundational core nutrition 101 for everybody. So when you think about how you're eating and what you're eating, it's probably no surprise to anybody that our food is compromised. You know, we've got stuff being sprayed on our food. We have, even the organic stuff's not perfectly clean. We've got, and most can't afford to eat organic all the time. Our food is being genetically modified and engineered. Even our fish now, salmon can be engineered now and is being genetically engineered, if you didn't know. This came out recently. We've actually hit the mark where they say 60% of the American diet consists of not just processed foods, but what they consider highly processed foods. And maybe that's no surprise to you, but the effects of the standard American diet really are very, very sad, as the acronym of standard American diet spells. These are just a few, and not all of them. I'll just hit a few, but over 70% of the adult population now is overweight. Children aren't that far behind. You have nearly 50% of the population, if you combine diabetics with the pre-diabetic category, and most of them don't even know they're pre-diabetic, sadly. Almost half of the population here in America, which is responsible, diabetes, for taking a leg every 30 seconds. It takes a life every 8 seconds. People are freaked out about some of the stuff going on here in 2020. I tell you what, this is worth being concerned about when you start looking at these statistics, which are much more staggering than the viruses and stuff that we're dealing with today. Mental illness, you've got 1 in 5 American, not even adults, just 1 in 5 Americans formally diagnosed every single year with a mental illness. How many more go undiagnosed? 1 in 10 people 65 years of age or older now have Alzheimer's, 10%. And when you just lump all chronic diseases together, we haven't talked about heart disease, cancer, and the list goes on. All these chronic diseases, the CDC came out recently and said 6 out of 10 of everybody we know, 6 out of 10 of us have a chronic disease. Thankfully, I don't when I say us, but as a population. And they said 4 out of 10 have 2 or more. Does that blow your mind? 40% of everybody adult that are 18 and over have 2 or more chronic disease. And they're calling these lifestyle related chronic diseases because they're not so much genetic like once was thought. They're primarily lifestyle related, diet being one of the greatest factors. And now these lifestyle related diseases are taking 3 out of 4 lives. 3 out of 4 deaths as of last year are now a result of a chronic disease, which are largely preventable. And that's why we are so passionate, not just because Nicole had health issues and now she's well, not because I was healthy at 28 and I'm healthy at 48 because I've taken good nutrition, but because we know that, like CDC, even mainstream medicine is saying it now. See this right off CDC website. Good nutrition can help lower many chronic diseases. You've got the nation's top doctor, former U.S. Surgeon General, Dr. Carmona. He was quoted as saying recently, "You are what you eat." And the reality is that 75% of all these chronic diseases are preventable. So that's really exciting to us to get to share this information that a lot of other people and entities and companies are not talking about. And I don't feel a super strong desire or need to even have to convince people these days that, hey, you got to supplement. You're not getting what you need in your diet. Because statistically now 75% of American adults take supplements. So majority of people already know I'm not getting what I need. I feel terrible. I need to do something. I'm not getting what I need from my food. That's pretty much a given. But what most don't understand, and I didn't for most of my life, is that it's a highly, highly, highly unregulated industry. Highly unregulated industry. And there's many articles and studies I could show you that, but for sake of time, here's one that was put out on NBC News. It was an 10-year FDA study where they found, get this, well, the headline reads, "Hidden Dangers Lurk in Over-the-Counter Supplement Study Warns." They found 776 different brands that were marketed as supplements that contained hidden active ingredients that were unsafe or unstudied. 776 of them. So that's why it's a very, very big deal to say NeoLife's been around for 62 years, which they have, but it's a much bigger deal to know that in 62 years of existence, spotless, pristine, crystal squeaky clean track record of integrity. Never end up in any of those studies. Because why? Because they manufacture their own products. Hardly anyone manufactures their own products. first of all, in this industry. Secondly, they don't just manufacture, they manufacture under the most stringent guidelines there are. It's a pharmaceutical license issued by the FDA. The same standards Big Pharma manufactures medicine to is the same standards NeoLife manufactures whole food, organic, beyond organic supplements to, meaning every batch, every bottle is standardized. What it says on the label is exactly what you get, no more, no less. And that's a big deal. Very, very unique. NeoLife also is in over 50 countries globally, based in California. Their manufacturing facility as well is in California. World-renowned scientific team. And I don't have time to go into these bios of each of these men and women, but they are, let me tell you, impressive. And there's a lot of uniquenesses here, but unlike some companies that might pay some MD or someone with name recognition to endorse their products, NeoLife actually has these 8 men and women on staff, different PhDs in different nutritional sciences fields, men and women that are team nutritionists for NFL and NBA teams, men and women that are literally the men and women that researchers from the CDC and the USDA and government agencies, academic, universities will call asking their advice. They're the real deal. They do all the research, they do all the formulating for NeoLife only, and oversee their manufacturing of all their products. So when you combine that team of brilliant minds that formulate these so that they actually are bioavailable when we swallow them, combined with NeoLife's philosophy of not just putting natural stuff in them, not synthetics, of course, but not even just natural is not good enough for them. Because what I've learned from NeoLife over the years, and from others actually, is that, like my friend that works at GNC, but what I've learned is that natural could be anything. And a lot of these other supplements companies will go to cheap natural stuff like algae and pine tree bark and jellyfish and coal tar. Yes, even duck feathers and human hair and different protein drinks, that's where protein comes from in a lot of these other brands, because they're natural, because they're cheap, and because they can label them, make them look really good. But NeoLife says, no, that's not where we get our nutrition from. That's not why we're sick and tired, and that's not how we prevent disease optimally anyway. We need to go to fruits and vegetables and whole grains and wild salmon and seeds and nuts and human food, human food. And all their standard is beyond even certified organic standards. And so no GMO, they even transgenetically test every single batch to make sure even the grower might not have known some seed stock got in there that was GMO, but non-GMO, organic, everything. Pro Vitality is one of the 2 products that I said we'd touch on. It's the foundation for everyone. And as you can see in the picture, there's 4 different supplements actually in this product. And I'm going to show you which each one of the 4 is, and I think you'll see why out of 100 products NeoLife selected these as the 4 to say start here. You may need more, you may need to stack on other stuff, but start here. And so I'll run through these 4 real quick. The first one is the grain oil, Treanin, however you want to say it. It's Latin for 3 in 1. Treanin grain concentrates. It's that green capsule there. This is the essential fatty acids or grain oils in layman terms, that it's extracted out of true whole grains. It's the stuff food manufacturers take out so that our grains in the store are left with calories, carbs, and gluten, and none of the life-giving stuff to our cells. Why? Because it's that oil that causes stuff to go rancid very quickly when exposed to air, oxygen. So it's been removed from our grocery store. Yes, even in the quote-unquote 100% whole wheat bread or whole wheat pasta, cereal, whatever. It's not in there. So why does that matter? Because our bodies are made up of 70-some trillion cells. Our adrenal gland that gives us energy is our glands, I should say, if we have both of them still. And if we have both kidneys, we should. But it's only going to produce as much adrenaline as our cells are functioning properly, right? Everything, our insulin for our pancreas, for diabetes, everything, hormones by different glands in our body. The oils are what allows our cells to keep them permeable so that nutrients we eat and supplements we take or whatever, however we get the nutrition, gets into the cell and allows toxins and waste out of the cell after metabolism happens. This is a generic diagram of one of our trillions of cells, just showing that process. Now, when the oils have been taken out of our grains in the store, which by the way, whole grains is a staple foundation of every major civilization's diet for thousands of years. Wheat, rice, soy, it just depends which continent you want to go on. That's the reality of it. And that's where these oils are found. So when they've been removed from our grocery stores, it's a big, big deal because our cells start functioning like this picture. Nutrients can't get in as efficiently. Waste and toxins can't get out as effectively because our body can't make these oils. We have to get them in our diet. That's why they're called essential fatty acids. That's why the essential word there, essential that we eat them. And we end up tired, hormones out of whack, disease prone, it affects sleep. And according to Texas A&M University, who actually tested this actual product, they said with this product added back into our diets, 50% more nutrient utilization. Think about a fuel additive, they give you 50% better gas mileage, what that would be worth. And this is worth so much more. Well, A, because it's our health, and B, because we spend a lot of money on food or nutrition each month, right? So 50% more value from the tree and according to Texas A&M. They did that study a couple different times, a couple years apart with similar results. So then we move into fruits and vegetables, and I won't read through the list, but we all know, there was a reason why mom told us to eat our fruits and vegetables. A lot of benefits to the colorful fruits and vegetables. It's why the USDA now recommends not 3 to 5 servings a day like when I was in school. Now it's 5 to 13 servings a day they recommend. How many get that every single day? Really, hardly anybody. I want to say nobody. And that's why this carotenoid complex is added to the pack. It has the carotenoid equivalent extracted from 80 pounds of fruits and vegetables, like the ones in the picture here. Strawberries and carrots are also in the mix. I don't know why they didn't make the picture, but it's these 7 different fruits and vegetables that aren't super cheap to buy, by the way, 80 pounds of them each month, organic, non-GMO. And when the USDA scientists saw NeoLife scientists research on this product, and this is the respect they have for NeoLife scientists, they asked to test this product in humans, measuring blood level before they fed it to them, measuring the blood level of immunity after they fed it to them for just 20 days. And USDA scientists are the ones that said, along with CDC, by the way, they don't like us telling that story, but that's the truth. They said it boosted people's blood level immunity 37% in 20 days. Nobody has a product like that with that kind of proof, and it's amazing. So that's the second product in the pack. All kinds of benefits to carotenoids besides immunity, by the way, eye health, skin health, heart health. And then you move over into omega-3s, the third area, which, as you probably know, major benefits for mental health, joint health, inflammation, anything inflammation related, heart health, skin health even. And that's why the USDA recommends 2 minimum servings of omega-3 rich fish like salmon or fresh tuna a week. Heart Association recommends a serving every single day. That's how important this is. And that's why the omega-3 salmon oil plus is the third product NeoLife added in this pack. And you might say, well, there's a lot of fish oils out there. What's so special about this fish oil? 3 big things. 1, it has all 8 omega-3s, not just EPA and DHA like nearly every other fish oil on the market has. Flax oil has 1, by the way. Plants can only make 1 of the 8 that our body needs. To get all 8, you have to go to fish, but most only have 2. So this has all 8. And just as important, in my opinion, is what it doesn't have in it, because these fish are known to carry a lot of heavy metals and toxins. And NeoLife tests for over 200 different contaminants with an allowable detection limit of not what the EPA says is safe, but their allowable detection limit is 0. It's lead, it's mercury, it's PCBs, it's radiation, and a couple hundred others that they test for at that standard. Other companies will tell you they test for 3 or 4, and they don't even tell you how much they leave in. It's interesting. The other uniqueness is that it actually was published in another clinical trial. NeoLife actually wants to make sure their products work. And this clinical trial proved that in 8 weeks of swallowing it, this was an 8-week trial, it lowered the inflammatory index of that group by 68%. Huge. And when you realize that every disease and every health condition, for the most part, definitely every disease, is a combination of inflammation in the body at a cellular level and oxidation at a cellular level. To have something that is proven to reduce inflammation 68%, it's why people tell us all the time, man, I don't have the pain in my body like I used to, the joint pain or the headaches or the depression or the heart issues or the cholesterol issues, all kinds of benefits to this stuff. It's amazing. And then the fourth product in the pack is your multivitamin, multimineral, filling in the most common vitamin and mineral deficiencies in our diet as well. Which leaves the only macronutrient category we didn't talk about, that pack does not cover, is protein. And what's so special, what's unique about protein is, and for years growing up, I just thought protein, muscle, want to build strong muscles, need protein. True. But what I didn't realize, and I don't know if you know this or not, nobody talks about it that I've ever heard besides NeoLife, is that protein is actually a family of amino acids, and there are 22 of them. There's 22 of them there on the screen. We're not going to go through them, but there's 22 different amino acids. Can't even pronounce most of them probably, so I won't try. But this is big. This is the only shake on the planet that we've ever found in 20 years of searching that contains all 22, and our body needs all 22. Chicken doesn't contain it, beef doesn't, beans don't, eggs don't. Nothing contains all 22 in and of and by itself, except this protein shake, which is a big deal because the 22 amino acids are the building blocks, not just of muscle, but of our digestive enzymes. How many people have food intolerances today? Antibodies, they're the building blocks of every antibody that our body creates to fight infection and disease. They're the building block of every hormone, testosterone, every other one for women, men, everyone. It's the amino acids, various ones of the 22. Collagen for our skin. Protein helps, they're the building blocks of collagen. It helps control blood sugar. So to everyday know, at least once a day, I got all 22 amino acids is a major, major big win for our health on so many different levels. And it's why this NeoLife shake, which by the way, is the same shake professional athletes will take, bodybuilders, to children that are 2 years old, to people that need to lose weight, to people that want to gain weight. There's people I know that have lost 260 pounds on the shake, probably more. I just personally know someone that's lost that much. There's people like me that have gained 20 pounds of muscle on the shake. So it's just good nutrition. And what's in the shake is, I already said 22 amino acids, but it also includes the BCAAs, or the branched chain amino acids, that a lot of people that are working out will go pay extra to get because most shakes don't have them. But there are 3 of the 22 amino acids, so they're all in there. It's highly digestible, like off the charts digestible, this 1.7 digestibility score. Don't have time to break that down, but would love to if I had time. 18 grams of protein. It is a meal replacement for the 70% of the population that need to use it as such to lose, that needs to lose weight for their health, which is why mixed in water, it's only 140 calories. It'll taste like you mixed it in milk. It's so delicious though. Not watery at all. 5 grams of fiber, 25 vitamins and minerals, and it's got glycemic controlled, if I can say this, controlled glycemic response technology, which is designed to stabilize blood sugar for the nearly 50% of the population that's either diabetic or pre-diabetic, and the other 50% of us that don't ever want to be diabetic, and for the 70% that are overweight. This is very important. Stabilizing blood sugar is a key to weight management or weight loss. What's not inside the shake? Nothing artificial. So the color, the flavor, the sweetener, all natural, even 90% lactose free, which means it's impossible for a human being to have a lactose intolerance to it. So that's pretty cool. Even the most lactose intolerant people can drink it just fine. Many, many stories I could tell you and won't, of amazing weight loss stories using the shake and the Pro Vitality as prescribed. And many, many diabetic stories. I'll just kind of, as I wrap this up, share this quick one with you. But my friend David, when I met him almost 5 years ago, 33 years old, 6'5", type 1 diabetic, on an insulin pump with a 30-day average, always over 200, always like double what it should be. Getting neuropathy in his feet. Remember, number 1 cause of amputation is diabetes. He knew it's imminent for him. He gets on 2 shakes a day with the Pro Vitality, the same 2 products we've just talked about, and 60 days later, without changing his diet, without changing his exercise, his 30-day average fell from always over 200 for like 7 years, down to 115. Amazing stories like that anyway, I wish I had more time just to tell you stories, because it's so fun to get to see what the body can do when given good nutrition that's formulated to do what it's supposed to do. So if you ever hear the term breakfast pack, it's these two products in combination. It's the most popular pack that NeoLife sells. It's Pro Vitality and a shake once a day, typically at breakfast, but it wouldn't matter when it was consumed. What are others experiencing on these two or more products? I mentioned a lot of this already, but energy, better sleep, balanced hormones, less pain, all kinds of fun stuff. And if you want to know what it costs, as I wrap this up here, the nutritional equivalent is on the screen. So if you said, forget the supplements, I'm gonna go get it from food. If you, now not the grains in the store, but true 12 pounds of whole grains, 80 pounds of fruits and vegetables per month, 10 salmon steaks and a multivitamin. If you bought all that, consumed all that every month, that's exactly what the nutrition you're getting in a Pro Vitality. And when you think about the cost of that, and you think about the cost of the Pro Vitality at $1.61 a day for those 4 products, which is under $50 a month for that box, it blows my mind how they even do it, but they do it. The shake, we compare it to a meal because it is a meal replacement. If somebody wants to use it that way, it comes out to under $3 per meal replacement. And did I say it tastes good? It tastes amazing. And then those prices, I should have said this, are if you are a member of the NeoLife Club, which I asked the company 2 days ago to get the stat, just for you all, no, I'm kidding. 99% of everybody that buys NeoLife joins the NeoLife Club. And I'm not sure why the 1% doesn't, because there's every reason to and no reasons not to. It's free to join. You get to save 15% off their entire catalog of probably close to 100 products. And if you choose, they'll never just put you on an auto ship, but if you choose to not want to run out, like, well, 86% of our customers are on auto ship and it's all optional. If you choose to put something on a monthly auto order, anything, any one or more products, then they give you the wholesale price on that and the entire catalog anytime you want to buy something. And you're in total control because they give you a website, your own login, you can change it, you can edit it, you can cancel it at any time. And you can even get your product free. It's all optional, but if you, as a member of the club, if you refer 3 other members who join the club for free and get all the same benefits, they will start sending you your product free every month. Super cool program. And if you choose auto ship after 6 months of being a loyal customer, every dollar you spend on shipping, they give all of it back to you in free product points that you can go shopping for. Free product, dollar for dollar. And there's weight loss challenges and there's fitness challenges and all kinds of fun things. And again, there's no reason not to join the club because there's no commitments of any kind. The 4 health packs, we recommend people choose one to start with. They may want to add products onto one of these, but at minimum, just start with one. Or, again, you can add more products on. Other great products, organic skincare, house cleaners, all kinds of other supplements. But the breakfast pack is the most popular. The one I mentioned before, it's $4.50 a day, cost of a small latte, $135 a month, I think it is. The weight loss pack bottom right is also super popular. That's just 2 shakes a day. Again, for someone who wants to lose weight or someone who's hitting the gym and just wants the extra protein or just wants the extra nutrition, honestly, don't even have to hit the gym. And then there's just the Vitality pack by itself, and there's a sports pack. But you'll notice, I didn't talk about that tonight. It's a little different protein shake and a stack on sports pack, but you'll notice Pro Vitality is the foundation of all 4 of these, no matter which one somebody chooses. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that if you, or maybe somebody you know, are looking for a way to impact lives, help people, expand some good news that this world is literally dying for, as evidenced by the health statistics that we just saw earlier, and maybe someone who loves, like we do, knowing every dollar we make represents someone else's life being improved by these products, then there is an option to join the NeoLife Club as a promoter. I'm not talking about it tonight for sake of time and all, and this is a health talk. But if you know somebody that, like us, our story was we were using the products for 15 years. I said that already. 5 years ago in 2015, started a business doing what we're doing and sharing and inviting people to presentations and getting, it's an education business, how I view it. And within a year and a half, it was able to support our entire family of 8. And we've been doing it full time now for about 4 years, but most rewarding thing we've ever done. If you know somebody that may be interested in learning about that option, we actually have a live information webinar coming up today, Tuesday, Thursday night at the same time, 8 p.m. You can ask about that. And if that time doesn't work for you, then you can catch a recording of it. But at least know there's resources to learn about if you're interested, or know somebody that is. And if you're not a part of this free gift to you from all of us, the NeoLife Healthy Living community, which is just a health support group on Facebook, you might want to ask whoever invited you. It's a great resource that many people enjoy. And we're over 6,000 members strong in about a year, a little over a year. I think we've had that group going. It's pretty awesome. With that, that's all I have. I just encourage you that if you're not on NeoLife, because I don't know who is and who isn't, but just maybe get back to, let me stop sharing my screen, get back to the person that invited you. I'm sure they can help you get started. And everyone that is on NeoLife, whether they're just a club member or not, they have a link to their website to be able to allow you to order at wholesale if you choose to do that. So I recommend you doing that. That's all I have. And as Jen and Matt said at the beginning, if anybody wants to ask, fire away some questions of us, we'll stick around for a few minutes. And if not, that's okay. And if anyone's ready to go, just head on out, and you're not being rude because we're